Hell yeah, 2021 has been amazing so far. We've got so many games on the horizon, some that have come out that have been pleasantly surprising, and it comes to the MMO genre, it's always awesome to look ahead, chase the dragons, keep the hype alive, and we finally got all these games that they're supposed to release 2020. Maybe they were supposed to release 2019. Maybe we've been waiting for these for years. Half a decade, Lost Ark. We have been waiting, and finally it is coming to fruition. 2021 is so freaking exciting. The MMO genre is actually kind of back again, and not only just back, but also kind of in the limelight, the spotlight. People are talking about it. Final Fantasy 14 is popping. World of Warcraft's got so much freaking drama. It's crazy. Albion Online's doing great. People are re-looking because of certain world events. People jumping back into some games that they forgot about. Oh, turns out PlanetSide 2 is freaking amazing still. It is so freaking cool to be a fan of MMOs. But I just wanted to do the intro like that, all enthusiastic and such, which is true. Just wanted to get that out there. Wanted to get the sugar and candy out. Done. But the rest of the video is a rant on things aren't looking that good. Things aren't looking that good, and I kind of just wanted to talk about it. Hello, friends. Family, my name is Skylent. I try to talk about new games. I try to be excited, try to do list videos. Sure, yeah. But also, every once in a while, a lot of the while, I gotta just throw some shade, man. I gotta be toxic. And it's fun. It's fun, definitely. And I feel like it's educational, even though I'm not doing it in an essay format. But for those who know that you follow along. But basically, here we go. What I'm gonna say it's sort of a warning, actually, to those who are kind of just getting into the genre of MMOs. You're jumping into all these hyped new games, and there's so many people playing them, so many people streaming them, and it's just like, whoa, this is like a whole new thing. To some people, this is a whole new thing, and to a lot of others, it's like, okay, we're back, baby. The magic is back. MMOs are back. Here we go. Look, we don't actually know. All this is kind of happening all at once, aside from maybe Final Fantasy 14, which it's debatable really, how massive that game really is. But really, we got New World, right? We have all these new games like Starbase coming out that look so exciting. I could name drop a million of them, but we'll save that for a list video. But basically, what I wanted to say is that, you're watching these reviews, these first impressions and things of betas of games, or games that have just released, or they're like, in the first year of their lifespan, and it's like, oh, they're okay, they're decent, and for the MMO genre, that means they're amazing, basically. Just anything that's functional, not really pay to win or anything, like, it just kind of works, then it's a freaking amazing game, right? Because that's kind of what we've been dealing with these past couple of years, and basically a complete drought come last year. So when you're getting into this genre and you're seeing all these new games come out, they look great. Seemingly, people are talking about it and they're like, oh man, these are good games. Really, I love doing pre-impressions too. I love judging books by the covers, but you're getting a lot of videos that are like 20 minutes in length, going into tremendous detail about how good or bad a game is. But you gotta taper your expectations when it comes to an MMO. Because when you play these games, you probably do expect to play them for over a year, or keep coming back to them, or join guilds, and really kind of stay consistent with these games. They are games as a service. You expect expansions or things like that, updates, and there also, when these reviews come out, because they are betas and because they are MMOs, you often do have a lot of people being lighter with their criticism. They are pulling their punches to an extent. And I think that you kind of have this hope. Again, it's so exciting to chase the dragons and hope that, oh, this game is going to be so expansive. It's going to be so good later on. But the thing is you don't know. I mean, we could just take an example of World of Warcraft, Man, that game was so cool, right? Vanilla, and then Burning Crusade and Lich King. Awesome. Even Mist of Pandaria had some cool stuff going on for it. And Legion was neat too, but it started kind of going up and down, and then all around, and mostly just down now. Final Fantasy 14 has just consistently gone up. So over time, you can say, okay, World of Warcraft is bad. Final Fantasy 14 is good. But you can't really just judge the history of every MMO. You can't just instantly say that, Ashes of Creation is a good game. You can't just say that New World is a good game. You can't even say, like, Swords of Legends is a good game yet. I mean, it's decent, right? It's okay, but as an MMO, I feel like there is an expectation. So me as a reviewer, I definitely take that into account. It could be better, it could be worse, and you really want to look at the history, the updates, and its development process. Which is why I was so critical about the game Crowfall, because throughout its development, there was so many red flags and things like that. So even though the game never released, it was just pretty clear it was going downhill from basically the beginning. So New World actually is a game that, we're going to show gameplay for, and we're going to mainly talk about. This game is exciting, and it looks good, and reviews are decent. Everyone's having a decent amount of time, decent time. It's overall fun. It's okay, but it's not perfect. But the thing is that its development process has been really weird. It's been totally different from most other MMOs. It has completely changed genres even, where it was supposed to be a survival-focused MMO. Now it's basically a generic-ish... I mean, it's pretty unique. It's pretty unique, but it has gone back to the normal MMORPG genre instead of being survival. It really played totally differently back in the alpha, and now, like, its combat system's totally revolutionized. It's not even PvP focused anymore. It's, it's something totally different. And so because of that, and like, we're just getting the sudden beta, and the game's releasing next month, people are doing videos, and they're saying, hey, the game is good. Neat. Good for them, and good for you if you're playing it. Awesome. But in general, just, watch out. You're going to get your heart broken, is all I'm saying. Like, it could turn out great. In case of Albion Online, that happened. It turned out really amazing, even though it flip-flopped directions. The community supported it, the developers supported it, and gave it love, and it's really working out now. Cool. Sweet. But Amazon Studios also has a bunch of games that they shut down because it wasn't as viral as they wanted to be. Now, New World is viral, so they probably will continue to actually develop it. I think so. They're going to keep going. They keep listening to, critics. They keep listening to their community. I think it could be really fun. But I'm just saying, New World, it's a little shaky. Same thing with a bunch of these Asian games that are coming out. Maybe they don't start out pay to win. Maybe you guys don't know the history of Asian games. But they normally start out either not really pay to win, or their cash ops are so esoteric and you don't really understand the gameplay loop in general, which is the moral of this whole video, by the way, but we're going to go into that later. But yeah, the cash ops are either convoluted or they're actually so simple at first that it just, it's like, oh, it's not pay to win, duh. And then, no, they add stuff to the cash op. Or you start playing it and you kind of begin to realize, oh no, actually it is a little pay to win. Actually, this is egregious. This is not that good. So yeah, Swords of Legends Online so far is doing good. It's actually been doing very good over the years in China. So again, very hopeful. A lot of people are hopeful for this year, 2021. Very hopeful. It could be cool. But it could also, next year, everything could fall apart. The game that you loved and that you had a guild with and you made a lot of friends in, it could all just completely disappear. And all that hard work and effort you put into it, all the money you spent, all that could basically just be wasted when maybe you should have just picked Final Fantasy XIV. So for years and years, that's what we've been doing. Like, MMO players have basically just been stuck with World of Warcraft as a quality MMO, or quality enough. We had the proven track record of like, okay, they make good raids and stuff. Neat, right? But now we do have Final Fantasy XIV, and now over the years we have Albion Online. And so now it's not just we're getting new games, it is also a good year because we're getting games that have released a couple years ago, but they've consistently been updating. Like Elder Scrolls Online is slapping, and now Guild Wars 2 is a little scary, but this next expansion will probably be thick. Every single expansion, Guild Wars 2 is an amazing experience. It just doesn't last that long, but that's okay. It's coming, okay? Yeah, Final Fantasy XIV is doing great. There's a lot of games out there that are, last generation MMOs. But again, that's the point of MMOs, to build on themselves, to expand, and to be games that you can live in and breathe in. Boom, we got a bunch of games that we know are established and good. Final Fantasy XIV didn't come out with some brand new expansion that made it amazing and viral and beat World of Warcraft. It just had to stay consistent. So, 2021 is in one way, yes, it is the year of the MMO, but in another way, it also isn't. Just because we're getting a lot of shiny brand new MMOs kind of doesn't mean anything at all. We'll have to see in the years to come, but what I will say is I'm still keeping the hype alive, actually, because of Albion Online, Elder Scrolls Online, actually, Final Fantasy XIV. These games are really being champions, and we'll see maybe come next year, Guild Wars 2 with its new expansion and a bunch of these other games. Maybe all these will be great. We got a lot of really crazy, unique games. Starbase, definitely want to shout that out, but way too many games am I name dropping, and I'm just throwing footage of New World in the background here. But what I'm saying is, guys, yeah, stay excited for these new games, try them out. If the reviews are good, I guess, you know, hey, spend your money if you want to. But in the end, what I am going to recommend is go back and check out some of these games that people have been playing for a couple years now. So I guess really I can make a list video on this, but I'll just go ahead and spoil it here. Planetside 2, Albion Online, Final Fantasy 14, Elder Scrolls Online, and Guild Wars 2 when that new expansion comes out. But you can actually play whenever they do a seasonal event. It's always kind of refreshing and cool and interesting. And Guild Wars 2 is kind of a game you can always jump into. Just keep that in mind. And if there's any game you guys want to shout out, please let me know in the comments below. But what new MMO are you looking forward to actually playing that came out this year or will be coming out this year? Me, I'm looking towards Riders Republic. And in fact, I actually have a whole list video on Weird MMO. Check that out whenever that releases. Like, subscribe, all the stupid YouTube stuff. Whoa, check the Discord, links in the description. All right, that's pretty much it, guys. Keep that hype alive. My name is Skylent, and I'll see you again next time.